getting right back. Like I said last night, I lost my information and had that live. And a shout out to Uncomfy Truths for coming forward and being a co-host, conservative brother. However, this is a topic that people don't want to touch on, but it's important because there's many 64,000 missing black children. We got 38 out of Washington, D.C. in the whole month of August. Virginia, I think 34 missing black children. And it's become an epidemic, and we need to discuss this. We have 325 missing migrant unaccompanied minors. And then, so the latest statistics, because I've been saying Trump found 10,000, they actually found 22,000. And we talked about the Biden Harris hotline that was set up, and they received 65,000 calls. One boy called multiple times and said that men were coming in his room at night touching him. Not one call back, not one, to these children. And this is something that need. And in Detroit, we just had an abduction of a 15-year-old girl walking down the street. They snatched her out the car and left her shoes in the middle of the street. And that was on Oakman Linwood area, which is a nice area. And this is a topic we need to touch on. And I got my stuff, so I'm ready to go. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Good Friday evening and welcome. We begin tonight with that joint investigation by Scripps News and the Center for Public Integrity. It involves thousands of migrant children who might have disappeared from the system altogether. It is a troubling finding when you consider record numbers of migrants continue to pour across the U.S.-Mexico border. Many are children and many of them are alone. The Biden administration puts them in homes with sponsors, but then what happens next? Our investigation found thousands of those children are now disappearing from those sponsor homes. Our Scripps News investigative correspondent Patrick Terpstra joins us tonight. And Patrick, there are also concerns the federal government isn't doing enough to track them down.
That's right, Dylan. To really zero in on this, we picked Culpeper, Virginia. It's a town with a very large Guatemalan population.
Oh, you know what? We
We
talked about this last night.
Children, only to see so many of them disappear. These are the faces of migrant runaways. Children who came across the southern border alone were placed by the U.S. government with an adult sponsor and then vanished. Kids like 15-year-old Yenny, who was last spotted with a black backpack getting into a white pickup truck. No one will say where she went. Selena was just 16 when she ran away from her sponsor's home weeks ago. Cesar, also 16, left his uncle's home one day and never returned. Each of these children disappeared from the small town of Culpeper, Virginia, about a 2-hour drive from Washington, D.C.
These are all my missing kids.
So where are these kids? Why are they running away? Why are they running away? United States is the number one country for missing and exploited children.
A new report this morning from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security.
The Inspector General says Immigration and Customs Enforcement has lost track of thousands of unaccompanied migrant children. CBS 8's Regina Yurita live near the border with the details of this. Good morning, Regina.
Yeah, good morning, Netta and Eric. And really, the concerning part about this is the amount of unaccompanied minors who have not shown up to their immigration hearings. That recent report that was released by the Inspector General of the Department of Homeland Security says the U.S. government has failed to handle cases with minors because the report shows that more than 32,000 migrant children failed to appear for their immigration court hearings from 2019 to 2023, and ICE was not able to locate them. The Inspector General adds that because there is no way to check on them, many of these children are at a higher risk for trafficking, exploitation, or forced labor. The report also cites multiple challenges for ICE, including staffing, which can limit officers' time and ability to check the location.
Okay, come in when you can. Bye-bye.
Resource constraints also impact their ability to issue notices to all minors after their release. So the DHS is now calling on the U.S. government to take urgent action to ensure the safety of unaccompanied migrant children in the United States. But back out here, I did reach out this morning to ICE for comment on this recent report, but we have yet to hear back from them.
I'm live. Bye.
I'll send things back to you.
Oh, sorry about that, y'all. That's a damn shame. How do you lose 325 migrant children? I think I just played this.
We have breaking news. ABC News has learned the Department of Homeland Security's internal watchdog is saying the U.S. government lost track of thousands of unaccompanied migrant minors released from custody. A new report was sent to Congress today, obtained exclusively by ABC News. It says in the past 5 years, more than 32,000 unaccompanied migrant children failed to appear for their immigration court hearings. It also says Immigration and Customs Enforcement was, quote, not able to account for all of their locations. The DHS Inspector General is now calling on the U.S. to take urgent action to ensure those children's safety.
And what's so phenomenal to me, dang, I had just lost my train of thought. Now, one phone call. Okay, let me put the invite in. All right, let me put the thing in. Drop the link. We going back on missing migrant children. Hold on.
Tonight at 10 o'clock, missing migrant children. A new report shows that tens and thousands of unaccompanied migrant children are missing in the United States. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security releasing the report, finding that out of nearly 450,000 children who were transferred between 2019 and 2023, 32,000 of those kids are unaccounted for right now. But that number could be larger. According to the report, these children are monitored by going to their scheduled immigration court. More than 30,000 failed to appear. And that number is not counting
Hold on.
300,000 migrant children.
I cannot believe this. Go, dog. Hush. Sorry about that. As soon as I get live. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. So I dropped the link. Is that a federal judge blocked the flight that was going back to Guatemala with hundreds of migrant unaccompanied minors. So you mean we're supposed to keep these children who have been exploited, have been trafficked, all that, instead of returning them to their parents in Guatemala? Are you serious? And these children have experienced horrific things, but we just gonna keep them. That is insane to me. That is insane.
Notices to appear in court, so the number of missing children could be so much higher. The report goes on to say there's no way of knowing if these children are at risk or in danger of trafficking or being exploited or forced labor.
According to the report, the children who do not appear are considered at higher risk for trafficking, for, exploitation, and other sort of safety issues.
And they have, when they busted that, oh my God, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. Therapy, you coming up? Every time I go back. Yeah, they don't want me to talk about this because it don't make no sense. But across the globe, children disappear daily for various reasons, presenting a deeply concerning issue. While the disappearance of individuals has long been troubling, the incidence of missing children cases in Europe and the US has witnessed a concerning consistent rise over the last 10 years. On an international level, there is a notable absence of a unified global strategy to tackle this issue. The understanding of what constitute a missing child in terms of age, causes of disappearance, and levels of risk is one of the crucial aspects for accessing compatibility of data across countries. Overall, the majority of European states do not have a legal binding definitions of what constitute a missing child. That is insane to me. One factor of missing kids is the influx of migrants driven by a pursuit for better lives within the continent. Their dangerous journeys frequently entailing unauthorized border crossings or dependence on human traffickers subject them to dangers of vanishing or being separated from loved ones. In addition, conflicts and political turmoil in various regions worldwide force people to flee their homes in war zones, seeking safety and exposing them to the risk of becoming missing individuals. And we've seen that for all the people who cross this border. A further factor is the increasing impact of technology and the internet on people's daily lives. The prevalence of social media platforms, online grooming, and cybercrime has expanded, heightening the susceptibility of children and adolescents to exploitation and abduction. The digital world offers areas of anonymity, which facilitate the operations of criminals and complicates efforts of law enforcement. Here we go.
Located in Riverside County, California, lies the Larry D. Smith Correctional Facility. Back on September 8th, 2020, at around 9:30 p.m., an inmate who was facing multiple child molestation charges, 29-year-old Rosendo Echevarria, would be brutally attacked and ultimately killed by 3 fellow inmates: 26-year-old Aaron Allen Aubrey, 43-year-old Jason Lynn Barton, and 37-year-old Richard Hampton.
A grim end to a missing person investigation. A woman's body was found yesterday near the base of Box Springs Mountain, just outside the Riverside city limits. A woman had been reported missing from her home in Riverside early Wednesday morning. Later that day, Riverside County Sheriff's detectives found her car in Corona being driven by a homeless man. He was arrested and is being held without bail. The coroner is working to identify the body.
To say that he held someone hostage and he killed 2 people, including his own father.
Inland Empire Bureau Chief Rob McMillan has details on the rampage. Is live, Rob.
And that multi-city, multi-county crime spree started last night around 5:30 at this gas station. In all, 3 people were shot, 2 people were killed.
So they unalive this PDF file. But insufficient measures to address cases of missing persons and support affected families worsens the issue.
How you
Inadequate.
doing, girl?
I'm fine. How are you?
Man, I'm sitting over here chilling, enjoying life. This is what these people bring from their country and their culture. Is that
exactly?
This is what these people bring over here. They pedophiles. And then the sickest thing about it, the women that be with them are victims of being molested. And then they think it's normal. So they don't think nothing wrong with these grown-ass 30-year-old motherfuckers doing that to kids. Because they, in their culture, that's their culture.
Exactly.
I'm tired of these people sitting up talking about a culture, but notice all of the people that got kicked out of Houston and they rounded them up were pedophiles. They was in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, 60s, and 70s. These were men. And these women be with them, knowing that they're doing that. That's their culture.
Yeah, I agree. And
they did a whole sweep on them in Houston. That's their culture. That's how they think. But then they want to come over here with that. No, pedophilia is not a culture over here. Take that back to Europe, Africa, Mexico, Central America.
And they finding out the hard way. Let's look at this video. Now, I think.
Hey, thank you for having me on your show as usual.
Oh, you're welcome. Oh, shoot, they done removed this video.
What they done did to you? What they done did?
They done removed this video. And I want to
Oh, they don't want you to see the truth. They removing a lot of videos where you try to look up certain things. You know that?
Yeah, they are. They really are.
Am I the only one noticed that when you start looking up certain videos and type in certain things about people, it erasing the videos that used to be there? You know?
You're right about that. But this is an important topic. I just don't understand. You know, why, especially when it comes down to our missing children and exploited children that don't nobody care about.
No, I did a show on that and they tried to take my channel down about doing it. And then I'm going to do another show on it. And then you remember when I told you my homegirl said about the 100 or so missing children in Ohio or somewhere. And when I was looking it up, they were talking about it was a hoax or whatever. I'm like, no, it's not a hoax.
No, that's not a hoax.
But why would you put up that's a hoax when it's black kids?
Because they don't care about us.
You know, they don't care about black kids and they don't care about black fathers that's not gay that love their kids. I've been telling people that for the longest. If a black father love their kids and not gay, they're gonna target and they're gonna give that woman every access to get the kid away from around them. You know that. You know what I'm saying,
You're
right?
right about that. You're right about that. I can't argue with you about that.
Because you have a black father has nothing, no help trying to fight for his kids. But a woman, no matter what color, can fight a black father in court and they give her all the resources. Am I lying?
No, you ain't lying. You are not lying.
And then they ask where are the fathers after they done did all the damage to these kids. You know? That's what I be talking about. You know what I mean? That's what I be talking about. That right there. After you done did all the damage and the kids end up being young niggas or YNs, they ask where the father's at. Hold up. Look what y'all did to get the father away from around their kid. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I'm glad you understand that, because I hate when they say where the father's at. I'm like, have y'all not went to family and child support court to see how women do fathers? Using the state. They don't want to hear nothing the father has to say. You know I'm not lying about that.
Let's look at this statistic here.
It takes for a woman kid to die of them to kill him.
Yeah, let's
That's
look at
what
this.
It takes. Okay, my bad. I'm just saying.
And you know they give black creators like 75% looks than they do us creators. 3 days ago, 34 black girls disappeared, vanished, abducted overnight. And the media is not covering it. I've seen videos from distraught parents. I've seen videos from activists in the community. I've seen posters. Nobody's talking about this. I mean, there are people talking about it, but it's not getting out there. Somehow in one night, 34 black girls were abducted and are missing, and the media is not covering it at all. I searched the story, you know what it showed me? A whole bunch of little white girls missing, like 1s and 2s and stuff. But 34 black girls.
Yeah, all it takes is one white girl.
Nobody's investigating. This is crazy. Get the word out, guys.
But it takes this white man.
My homegirl sent me the thing. It was 100 since June, in like somewhere in Ohio or something. And I want her to know that I'm gonna do a story about it. I'm gonna try to see if she's up, because she sent me this in
Right, but that was 34 missing children in one day in Washington, D.C.
Nah, she's talking about over 100.
I know, I'm talking about what I just played. That was 34 missing in one day in Washington, D.C.
Nobody's talking about it. If it was one white kid, it was a white kid, 17 years old, they'll be covering the story.
Look, they have search people out there. They have volunteers out there searching.
And then nobody found nothing. That's the shit I'm talking about.
Nothing.
Like, that really irritates me. Like, I hit them where it hurts. I'm like, I'm going to do a story on that too. Because like they ignoring the kids that are missing when they're black. But if a white kid goes missing, they have helicopters out. Right?
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't like that.
Shoot, I don't either. And again, let me see here.
I'm talking about, I promise to God I'm gonna do a show on that. And I want you there with me so you can pull it up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I'm gonna title it, Where Are Our Missing Kids? I'm just title it like
good.
Where Are Our Missing Kids?
Because you know what? I might change my title to that. I'm about to change my title to that and put you in here. The repercussions of missing children on the emotional feelings of their immediate families and friends is huge, provoking distress, sorrow, and a persistent sense of uncertainty. The communities involved in the cases also suffer as fear and concern stemming from incidents undermines trust and unity, making it increasingly difficult to uphold a sense of security. In many countries, data on missing children are not available, and even when they are, accuracy may be compromised due to underreporting, misclassification, data entry errors, and the removal of records once cases are closed.
Hey, I'm texting my homegirl because she told me about 100 or so kids missing since June, and they were black kids.
Right, that's what you were saying in Ohio. But look at what happened in LA. They made more money on them. Look at this. This is gang members.
And then,
and that's where federal agents say they have dismantled a sex trafficking ring. Good evening.
And I went off on them.
Wait, let me let this play.
Okay.
Which is notorious for prostitution. NBC4 has been following the fight to end the problems there since 2023. NBC4's McCullough Medina just spoke with the feds and a mother who says her daughter was one of the victims.
Well, Michael, that woman or that daughter rather, is Ruthie Smith. We're not quite sure if she's one of the victims.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just let you understand what I'm understanding about this situation.
The agents we talked to today say these arrests from over the last few hours is just the beginning.
It's like a first major step in combating sex trafficking along the Figueroa corridor.
Just 2 miles from where the Olympics will kick off in 3 years, the Figueroa corridor is where the U.S. Attorney's Office says a total of 11 gang members and associates in the notorious Hoover Street Gang were rounded up and charged with racketeering and sex trafficking today, saying they exploited minors, runaways, and girls in foster care, some as young as middle schoolers.
There was a 14-year-old who was sex trafficked at a motel in South L.A., over the course of 3 consecutive days.
Agents say the perpetrator was 25-year-old accused gang leader Amaya Armstead, also known as Lady Duck, who used Instagram and TikTok to lure victims.
They use social media. They make rap music videos. So it's much more of a high-tech operation.
Because it's been 3 years and I have yet to know anything about where my baby's at.
Catherine Renesto has been searching for her daughter Ruthie Smith from Long Beach in the Figueroa corridor since she was lured there for sex trafficking before going missing months later.
Figueroa is a scary place and there's so many unsolved and so many don't know. And my daughter falls into that category of being sex trafficked and don't know.
While the recent arrest did not give Catherine any updates on her daughter's missing case, it does give her hope that police are doing more to fight the problem. But she thinks more needs to be done.
I want to see law enforcement and people just do more.
And these are our black gang members doing this, exploiting because they make money.
That's why I was gonna do that show. That's why
Go ahead.
When I said, is a black crime bill gonna hurt or destroy the black community? Because 9 times out of 10, these motherfuckers, my bad, these people that are talking against crime prevention, they know who these people are. Most times it's their cousins, people they know, all that. Nobody in their right mind would sit up and be like, you know what I mean? They know who it is when they talk like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you see a black woman standing up there with a bonnet on, saying it's dangerous out here, but we don't need National Guard, why you sound crazy? You know what I mean?
That's true, but that's a different topic. Let me hit these statistics.
No, I just titled the show, Where Are Our Missing Kids? I just created one. Because
okay.
It needs, and then you know how I get in detail. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't gonna goddamn hold my tongue on nothing. You know how I go there. Cause these bitches sitting up here, they know who they are. They sit up. This is what's sick about it. These women know who it is and still be with those dudes and let them molest their kids or just let them pimp them out. We need to we need to start being real about this.
I agree.
Cause how the hell is a 14-year-old out there getting pimped out? And then they're going to call a man a deadbeat, but you fought to keep that man away from around. This is exactly what I'm talking about. If you're going to fight to keep the man around him, call police to keep the father away from around that kid, but you got every nigga possible around that kid, especially a girl. Or what is that saying about you?
Or a boy. Yeah, it don't matter now.
Hey, cause they getting both. They gay out here. You know what I mean? So you're gonna sit up and call a father deadbeat, but you're using the whole system to keep the father away from the kid, but everybody else got access to him.
Right.
And then when it go bad, you're gonna call, oh, he a deadbeat. No. When were you a mom? Because if the father was around, if you didn't use the damn system like the slave mentality you got as a flatbacker from your great-grandmama and your great-great-grandmama from being in the house with master, you would not have your kid in the system.
Let me show you this video on a mother.
You know what I'm talking about?
On a mother and... No, let me show you a mother and a daughter. She was on Figaro at 15. Hold on, let me show you this.
Oh.
Let me do a short one.
I promise I just...
She was out, she's 15, prostitute.
10 years ago, and I've never been to Fig, for the record, but like there would be white vans that I would see pulling up, and they'd be dropping off little squads of black women with, you know, looking super dolled up.
You know that they kids, and they'll still do it.
Wait, I want you to hear her. She's 15 out there. This her mother.
I heard her mama talking about. This is sickening.
They would just be dropping them off. Like, it'd be like a white van, drop off 5-6 girls. I'd be just like walking to 7-Eleven and buy backwoods and just looking at them like, what the
like kidnapping. Not kidnapping, but like some type of sex ring.
Yeah, like that's sex trafficking.
Yeah.
It's sex trafficking. No, I'm just
probably. I mean, you think about that though. Like anyone who's ever bought pussy, like anyone who's ever bought it, there's a pretty significant chance that girl didn't want to be there, right? I mean, if you bought.
Now the girl in the white is 15 out there on Figaro. And,
no, I
she's
saw
sitting up here with her mom.
I saw. Look. I saw this video, and this is the shit I'm talking about.
And it was someone with a white.
Look how these black
They took her to a
bitches
house
acting.
who had to like have sex with people for like weeks and months. So I
I
know
saw
we've
this
heard
shit.
that is a thing that somebody like it's all
And the
hearsay.
tone of the voice,
We would never know. Like, you
that look,
exaggerating.
you know that's not how you talk. First of all,
But these girls, like they
Wait, let her talk.
I don't know, like they really don't want to get a job.
Fuck
So,
her.
That's their
I
only
can't
way of living.
stand them bitches.
Yeah,
I'm
because it's
serious.
some bitches. Yeah, but that shit, bro, that shit ain't even fast money for real. Like on Fig, like, it's not it. Like on Fig, that shit dried out, bullshit. It's boring.
How do you feel about podcasts like Back on Fig that are kind of encouraging this prostitution lifestyle?
I don't think that they encourage it. I think
No, you're right. They're cracking down on it.
they're cracking down on
Because
it.
Smack told the mayor that
Right,
he needed
that's
to
what I was
You
about to
saw
say.
that.
I seen that.
You saw that.
Yeah.
What do you think about
Tried to
that?
slip with me a little
Smack's
bit.
a truth teller.
He is. And he's like more concerned because Smack is like, there's.
But the way,
Hey,
I
listen. Now you see why I want to damn near throw my computer. The way they sound, the tone of their voice, the thoughts that come out their motherfucking mouth. It's terrible. Am I lying or am I missing something?
No, you ain't lying, but I think this awful.
cringy.
They sitting up here, mother and daughter, like it's a joke. She 15 was on Figaro. What?
And then
Look, this is another one. Here go the other one.
Anyway, okay, we got to front load this episode, okay? The biggest question in the streets of LA right now that the people are dying for an answer for. Are you telling on P4K?
No.
Hell no.
Hell no. I don't. Okay, so I have an idea why they're saying that because it was once upon a time I was 13 and I was on Fig, right? And when I first went out there, I went to go get
listen
these
to
fruits.
this
Now
shit.
you hear she say she was 13 on Fig. Right, listen to this shit.
No, I
I
hear
don't
it.
have enough money to get deals. He was, she got the brownie shoes on, and he posted me.
Like they look like the shoes that were in the county.
Yeah, basically. So he posted me, and then people started
You know
saying
how
weird shit about that.
irritated I
And then
am.
after that, like, I
Listen
see him on
to
Fig
these
and shit,
hoes.
but like I never talked to him because I'm like, oh no. You feel me?
These hoes ain't shit.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, that's kind of what I suspected because when I saw it popping up on news pages and stuff, I'm like,
These
you don't
hoes
seem
ain't
like you have
shit.
any kind of evidence behind
Listen to what's
combining these two
raising
stories together.
other kids.
Well known.
Exactly, and I was never the type. Even when I was out there, I was never the type to even pay, a dude. I was out there with my homegirls. I was never. I don't care how famous he was. Like, you feel me? I used to listen to his music or whatever, but I never really.
She
Yeah, like I used to listen to that music, but I never like. That's not my style to really pay a nigga. Like, that's not.
Okay.
And my whole thing is she is a minor, so if she's allegedly a victim, how could her name be like disclosed? Like how could
For
they?
sure, she's a
Why are
victim
these
of something.
ignorant bitches trying to
Not
use
nothing
big
with
words
people.
like
Okay.
alleged?
I'm just thinking in general.
Not nothing with him. Can't nobody be able to be like, oh yeah, and Nova better watch her back. She better not watch nothing.
You never had people
None
came
they're
in
saying
your
is
box?
intelligent,
No.
but they know the word allegedly.
I mean, he followed me on
That's why we need to keep a straight face.
But the fact that she sit up here and say at the 13 when I was my first time on Fig, I mean, like this is something that's cute.
On my last live, I said, if you're not checking it as a great grandmama, or whatever, if you co-signing this shit, it's crazy. This shit, even with that look, and you know them bitches don't talk like that. Talk regular. They don't even know how to actually talk.
So you dropped out of the fact that she dropped out of school to sell box in 6th grade. And she told she just out there on her own with her friends.
Where was the mama and grandmama?
Well, she's sitting next to her mama. talking
what I'm
about this.
saying?
That's her mother next to her.
No, I know that, but you see what I'm talking about? When they get the father of that child out the picture, this is what happens. And then that child thinks, oh, all I got to do is say, I don't want to go. And then her mama is flat backing and doing slut behavior in front of that kid, different niggas in and out. The father not able to be there because the mama being a bitch. And that
Well,
would
that might
end
not
up
be
happening.
the case in her case. I mean, because
Now,
that
I'm
might not.
telling you, 9 times out of 10, that's what happened. I ain't saying all, but you know it's most.
Yep. Now let's look
You
at
know
this
what I mean?
last one.
Do you think she would be famous without you at this point, or is she famous because everybody's able to kind of point at you and put the blame on
That
you?
part. I think that because they're able to pinpoint, it blows it up.
Listen
There's
at the
plenty of
fake
minors.
voice
They
that
were
they
able
got.
to say,
You know that's not how
and
she
you
talk.
know, it's my daughter online.
She's socially minded. Social media minded.
She's
Yeah.
always live. She's always like, you know, she's very social. And it's like a lot of girls are like timid. They wouldn't do the things that my daughter would do. My daughter is a comedian.
Well, I hope they wouldn't go on Figaro and sell their body starting at 13, bitch.
She's an actress. She's a dancer.
Do you see what I'm talking about?
It's funny, you know, like you know, she go viral for a lot of people.
I'm literally
That's why I can't really be
cringing.
mad at her because it's like they
Right
want me to be
now.
this mom that's like, you know, my daughter.
Wait, let her
I'm not gonna
finish.
whoop her out. Like, for what? This is my child.
Oh yeah, just to keep drilling down.
Please that go that my
You see that
child
Hoover
shit.
indictment. I'm sure you watch YouTube or whatever. Like, what was going through your head? Like, was this regular shit? Were you surprised by any of it? No surprise. This is all just stuff you expect.
Yeah. You know?
I mean, that's kind of crazy that like so many people who consume this kind of content were horrified by it. But her, as somebody who's really outside,
Yeah.
no surprise. This is just regular.
Because if she,
you probably know about way worse shit.
Exactly. Exactly.
And that's my problem is
And
that
then, like, when you're around it, you don't even have to be around the niggas to me. You could just know, like, you know, I don't do this no more, but I started when I was 13, you know? So I've been seeing all type of shit, you feel me? And I just know, and you could just tell when they're pimping on the minor. You could just tell when they're not a real pimp. Like, half these, they ain't even real pimps. These niggas boyfriends. On God. They get them little minors. On God.
Define boyfriend. Like, how does that break down?
Boyfriend, Adam, no. They get little minors like me, right?
Oh, okay.
And they treat them like they're the girlfriends, basically.
And then at
You
some
feel me?
point,
And then
You're
they be
working.
like, oh yeah, I know she's not gonna snitch, so they do f***ed up shit to them. You feel me? Not that I know it, but I'm just telling you, you know, I'm just telling you. That's what they do, and then they get comfortable with the bitch, and then when shit like this happens, indictments and shit, they be like, oh, but the whole time, they're watching you on Fig, like, the police being undercover cars, I be seeing them, and that's why I stopped doing that shit, because, you know, my mama made it known that I was 13 years old, and I was missing and shit. People
That's
even
why
know.
they used to be mad at me, like, why you keep posting it? Why you keep? Because I want y'all to
Yeah,
know
and that shit made
this
me
is a
stop going
minor. I don't want to
outside.
hear nothing. Oh, we didn't know. I told y'all.
Yeah.
I told y'all. I told y'all she was 13. I kept blowing her up so that she would be so famous she won't step foot on that blade because I'm gonna come.
right? Because like some of the girls on Fig, I'm assuming like you could
Listen
get
at how the
if you're a guy
mama
who's not
talking.
do that,
You
maybe.
hear how her mama's talking.
Mama not on social media.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you hear this shit?
You can't make this up.
She's gonna be famous. And motherfuckers call me a deadbeat for fighting for my kid. But they congratulate this shit.
Exactly.
I'm a deadbeat because I'm in court trying to fight kid, but I'm a deadbeat. But y'all congratulate this shit? You get what I'm saying?
I get exactly what you're
I
saying.
guarantee you. I've been fighting for my kids since them kids been born. And nobody ever said it's only a few people said, you know what? You're a good dad. It's only bitches that sit up and call a nigga a deadbeat. I'm a deadbeat for fighting for my kid. Are
Now
you
listen.
serious?
We're going to listen to one
You know
more
what I mean?
clip. Yes, I do.
It's mind-boggling.
Oh,
no, but
we're going to listen to one more.
You get what I'm saying, right? It's mind-boggling.
Yeah, go ahead. Hold it down.
Like,
Let me go
seriously
get
mind-boggling. Hey, y'all sitting up listening to a mama and her daughter talking about she been out on the track since 13. She's sitting up there co-signing the shit, and then this is generational fuck shit, but they call a nigga deadbeat. These are the same type of women drag niggas through court. Court supports this because these courts in court, y'all know that these people are sick like that and they pedos too. And then when a man come in there and fight for their kid, they get every obstacle possible. Am I lying? If a man trying to fight for their kid in court, these men and women in court,
but you know what?
they give every obstacle possible in order for that man not to see that kid. And then they sit up and look at these bitches do this shit. And they know it. They pedos, men and women, that's in them courts. And I ain't gonna hold my tongue on that shit.
Right.
Fuck.
Now, I want to show this clip. If the mother Tiana feels responsible for her daughter selling her body. Let's get into this clip.
Can I
Hold
just
on.
say that I haven't known you for this
She don't.
long. It's kind of weird seeing you as a mom. Like, I'm not used to that, even though I know you are a prolific mom.
That's what my baby daddy, not the one you know, but King's dad.
The new one.
The new one.
Okay.
He was like, yeah, like these niggas is just talking about you on no jumping, like you just some hoe.
You gotta see
when he told me that,
I think all
was
things considered, we're kind of respectful of you.
well, the thing is just because I'm just so used to, you know, being playful when I'm supposed to be like, oh, on the dead homies, don't say like what? No, it's cool.
I mean, it is kind of like
not
hard
know I'm a
to.
hoe, but I know that I'm attractive and people may say little things or just we all grown. We could talk sexual as nothing to me. I'm not gonna get offended.
But also, like, this is a podcast.
You hear this
so,
shit?
like, very out of the ordinary are very.
Wait. Let it play out.
You having previously hooked up.
Okay, my bad.
Dude, kind of. Dude, we kind of gotta get into that. Like, that's pretty interesting, you know.
We ain't talking about no other nothing but this.
I'm just being real. Like, you know, like, Munchie's a legend, and he just happens to be blind. That's kind of like.
He's a legend. He is a legend.
I've heard from a lot of people that he's got a rap sheet that is rings bells.
He just, you feel me? When you got a name for yourself, you got a name for yourself. Like how we got a name for ourselves.
That's my type.
We're legends.
They legends.
My type is real people. That's my type. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, wait. So, like, this is my thing that is kind of mind-blowing about this particular Rico is that I've had so many people sit in front of me, I'm not even going to name names besides Sharp, that they talk about how cool they are, they're pimps, like, just make it sound like the coolest thing in the world. And then you see this Rico, and it's like the grossest thing in the world. It's like the most foul shit that like no reasonable street dude would want to coast. It's all allegedly. It's very true. I'm not necessarily assuming that everybody's guilty of
Notice
everything.
the only thing
This
that
type of
they say is alleged.
is just.
This is
I mean, is that like the average pimp, or do you guys are you familiar with pimps who are actually really about their business and are like respect or are they
Not the
all
average
dirt
pimp.
balls?
A real pimp, bro. And I was just telling my mom this last night. A real pimp is not finna
He
post on Instagram like
defending
this
it.
or like this. They're not like that.
And our mama
They hoes and they
sitting
heels
there.
and they don't
Right.
That real pimps, they
listen to
pimp.
this shit.
They
And our mama sitting right there.
Like, come on.
So basically, all of this is like
The average pimp is what you seeing out on Instagram and shit. That's the average pimp.
I think it has changed.
A real pimp, they not finna do that. Oh God, they not finna
Her
do that.
mama's
shit.
sitting right there with her.
Maybe when I looked at pimps like very low key, you didn't see them. Then when you seen them, their girls is like classy. Now it's like she said, like the boyfriend pimp. I'm pretty sure they were always getting beat up, but like I feel like the ones who are doing that are more like the gangbangers. You know, like I don't know. That's just what I think.
Yeah.
But I've never been like down on Fig. My whole thing was because they always think, oh, your mom was doing it. I was on Backpage, not like that, but I was doing ads. My shit was more discreet because I was a singer at the time. You know, I wasn't a minor doing it. I was already 18 and over. So it's like, I'm like, I need to do what I have to do.
Out of her mouth while her mama's sitting there.
Wait, this is the question.
Daughter getting into this line of work. Like she saw mom doing it one way or
No, I
another.
didn't see her doing it. I seen the homegirl doing it, and she told me to come
So
out.
other friends of yours were already into it.
It was popular and it was glamorized. At that time, we were living like on the east side on Broadway. So that's already.
Yeah, I never
Fig is
seen my mom like.
Yeah, the next street over was Fig. So she's getting in trouble. I'm taking her phone, you know, gentle parenting. I'm not going to whoop you, but I'm going to take your phone. I'm going to take your game.
Gentle
son,
parenting.
right? She like, take my phone.
Really
All right, I'm out of here.
Right.
Have you ever heard some shit like that?
Do you understand my frustration with that? This is how black bitches.
And the mama saying she was on Backpage, so like mother, like daughter.
My nigga, why do you think I'm so hard on locking these hoes up when I don't have access to my daughters? What if everybody else got access to them, but I don't? Why do you think they don't send me medical records? Shit like that. We're supposed to be sent. It's a whole lot. This shit right here. If you a mom, you wouldn't be doing that. Look at that shit. And this is generational.
I'm at a loss of words.
Look, this is generational fuck shit. I just got through talking about this shit in my last live. I just got through talking about this. Great grandmama, grandmama, auntie, uncles, all that shit. You might be related to your own kin folks if they keep hiding shit.
Yep.
That's in any family, but amongst the black community, when a father really loves their kid, they take them to court. Give them the kids back to master. So all they want them got to say is, I'm gonna take you to court. And they'll believe whatever that bitch say, even though they know this bitch doing the same shit. They can look at that video of what we just saw and still get that bitch cussed. You know I'm not lying about that.
Yeah.
But when a father loves their kid, a father. Can you pull up anything that a father can have free lawyers to combat this shit? I dare you to find one. All the bitch have to do is walk in any office and say whatever. And then they still give the kid, even though they looking at this shit. They know what it is when a woman walks in there. They know by her attitude. But if a father walks in there and be like, look, man, I ain't got no more money. I can't afford lawyers. They gonna tell you, you need a lawyer.
Right.
Am I lying about that?
No, you ain't lying about that.
I'm glad you get it.
I mean, right here, this tore me up. I wasn't
And
on Figaro, but I was on Backpage. What's the
you was
difference?
on Backpage. What you were doing, girl? On Backpage. You look like you were probably on
No,
Backpage.
I'm talking about the girl, Mama Tiana.
No, I thought you were talking about yourself.
I ain't never been on
Were
Backpage.
you on Backpage?
No, she just
You
said
look
that
like you.
what I just played.
You look like you
No,
were
I
probably
just
goddamn
she
trying
just
to show it
said your
off
mama
just a
just
little
said
bit.
she was on Backpage. This ain't got nothing to do. I've
I
never
thought
been
you
on
said.
Backpage.
I thought you said you were. My
No,
bad.
I was talking about the girl mama that we talking about.
Yeah,
Tiana.
I thought you were saying you were, and then
No,
you
I
know
was
I'm
never
wrong.
been on Backpage.
I know you know I'm fucking with you. I just thought you said it. You were, but you were talking about the mama. You know I'm on my fuck shit. Come on now. This shit is so irritating to me, and you know it. You know it. And you know what? I have all the paperwork. And after all these people go to jail before the holidays, and you know what? I fuck with you so cool till I send you the paperwork from them police reports in your inbox, but you have to check it. You hear me?
Yeah, I
Because
hear
I
you.
really think you would really appreciate. Now you know I'm not bullshitting.
No, I
You know what I
believe you. I
mean?
know how they treat fathers anyway. But yeah, this is a prime example of a child without a father, because ain't no way a father would condone this with their child on Figaro at 13.
First of all, this is taking the child back to Massa. And you know Massa like fucking them young. This is slavery all over again. Disguised as something else. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's why they won't help a black father that's straight, that love their kids. Notice my wording. A black father that's not gay and love their kids. We are the most attacked people on earth. You know that.
I agree.
Look at what they doing. And these black bitches will sell. It's a difference between a black woman and a black bitch. A black woman can try to talk to a black bitch and she'll be like, that's my child. You can't tell me what to do with my child. You be like, all right.
Let me put your name in the title with Therapy Radio 808. Let me put your
You
name.
know I'm not lying about it because I know you tried to tell black bitches in your family and everything, don't do that. They be like, you don't tell me what to do with my child, but they always come around you with the bullshit. And you tell me, look, your child being fast as a girl, you tell them your son he on that street shit. And they'll be like, you don't tell me what to do with my son, but they always pop up, come to get a plate, shit like that. Badass motherfucker kids around you, and you be like, stop all that running around my house. They be like, you can't tell me what to do with my kids. Well, you and your badass kids get the fuck out of my house. I don't want them
Right, that
running
part.
around my. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Exactly.
When you check bitches of all colors and creeds, especially family, They get mad at you because you checking them about their kids. Motherfucker, you at my house. Your kids act like that at your shit. That's why your shit tore up. Don't come over here bringing that. You know what I'm talking about? Do not bring that evil in my house that you got going on. That's why I didn't even want to answer the goddamn phone. Why you even here with your kids? If you're not going to listen, if you can't discipline your kids not supposed to be running around somebody else's house, rampant, doing shit like they at their house. And then when you tell them, sit your ass down, no, don't do that. And they be like, you don't tell me how to raise my kids. Well, you and your kids can get the fuck up out my house and don't ever come back. That's how
But you know what? I think that when you watch Nova and her mother, I think if this ain't the most embarrassing thing for our community, I mean,
this starts with, you know what? I just got through doing the show on it. I said it's generational fuck shit.
Yep.
Because everybody lied to everybody. The great-grandmamas, the great-great-grandmamas, the uncles, the aunties, all them motherfuckers, the niggas that was bug broken. Like, it's all a lie. But when a nigga like me pop up in the bloodline and call that shit out, I'm the problem. You know what I'm talking about. That's why I don't go to family reunions. I don't want to be around none of you motherfuckers. Straight up. My mama dead, my daddy living, and I fuck with my daddy. And my mama gone. Everybody else, you fuck with me if you want to. But I'm not going to be around you just to be around you to say, fuck that. I don't like you. I don't like your kids. When I was going through all this shit in court, none of you motherfuckers was at court with me. None of y'all checked my cousin that lives here in Houston, and I told her to stay out of my goddamn business, going to pick up my kid and drive all the way to Mississippi. Nobody checked her and said, you need to stop doing that. She never paid a dime on lawyer fees or nothing. And then y'all motherfuckers want me to come around y'all and y'all didn't check that? Unless two women can rub pussy and get a baby, I'll shut the fuck up. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I've told this story plenty of times. I don't like people when I say stay out of my business and you don't, I don't fuck with you. You know what I mean? Especially with my goddamn kid. Motherfucker, you ain't popped up one time in court. Paid a lawyer, gave me money on lawyer fees. My family that's supposed to be my family not checking you on. Why are you doing that? Stop doing that. You know that pisses him off. Nobody said that. That's why I don't fuck with them. You get me? Then everybody in church all of a sudden. Fuck y'all. Why you in church? You repenting for your sins? I don't go to church. I was a junior deacon. Where two or more shall gather. That's church. Church is in your heart. It's not a building. It's what I was taught. The fuck y'all doing? I don't want to hear that. I go to church now. I rebuke you. That means you're done so much bad till you have to go be around other people that co-sign your fuck shit. That's what the fuck church is.
Right.
They are a group of motherfuckers that co-sign their own fuck shit. And then they all fucking. Pastor fucking everybody. Motherboard fucking everybody. Deacons fucking everybody. Women going to church meeting up with niggas. Man, church is Babylon.
Right.
I saw it with my own eyes when I was a junior deacon at 9 years old. I baptized motherfuckers when I was 11 and 12. I saw what church was. You never gonna change my mind on it. And these motherfuckers, every time somebody go to church, these motherfuckers worse when they went in and came out. They're like, girl, and nobody, nothing in church is telling you to stop doing what the fuck you doing. I will.
They go to church.
Everybody that go to church, they dykes, faggots, they sluts, niggas, fuck. It's Babylon. It's no limits to what they would do in church. Church is Babylon.
I agree.
Girl, how dare you stand up and look good around about this time? But I'm dead serious about this shit. I just did a show on this shit, man. Like, I can't stand motherfuckers say they go to church. That immediately lets you know they done did everything evil, low down possible. They just want to be around other motherfuckers that say that what you did that was evil is okay. That's what church is. They not telling you that ain't right. I've never seen a motherfucker go to church and come out better. All they talking about is I rebuke you, and they come out.
Well, I have to disagree with you on that. I've seen people go to church and come out better. I went to church and came out better.
Look, it's certain people that probably need to be away from around some bullshit and get it. But when I guarantee you, when people go to church, they know I don't need to be around these people. Right? Because they on that bullshit. Am I lying about that?
No, you ain't lying.
People go to church. People might go to church to feel better. And then when they go into church, they be like, I might not need to be around these people. You know what I'm talking about? You understand where I'm coming from with that? I've known people get out of prison, go to church and be like, this shit is worse than prison. Dead serious.
I never heard that one, but close us on out. We had an hour time.
Okay. What do you want me to close it on out with?
Well, we talked about Tiana and her, I guess what the Black community need to do about our own missing and exploited children, because Tiana and her mother is a travesty. It's a shame. I never seen anything like it before.
I've seen that. You know what's crazy? I'm dead serious. I just finished the show talking about this type of shit. But when I talk about it, they think I'm being whatever. They don't want to hear it. They're like, you don't like Black women. I was talking specifically to Black women because of what the fuck you just showed. And they don't like getting told where they fucking up. You think that's cool for you to sit up there with your daughter saying what she's saying and you saying what you saying? And then they have the nerve to call a nigga deadbeat, and all they got to do. The court could actually look at that video and still get his bitch custody of that kid, but take everything from the father that's trying to be in that child's life. You know that for a fact.
Yeah, that's true.
And I just got through doing the show on it. And it's funny how we think alike. It's funny how we think alike. We be thinking alike, but we present it different ways, but we be thinking alike. And I appreciate you having me on your show, but fathers, Black fathers especially, are the most targeted people. Black fathers that are not gay and love their kids are the most targeted people on earth. And I always stand by that. I've seen it myself in court because I've been through it. And then they would still get that mama sitting up there showing that footage you just showed. They still give her custody. You know I'm not lying about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then master get the fuck they kid and her. You see how that goes back to slavery? You get what I'm saying? Think about
I
12
get exactly what you're saying.
Thank you for understanding the analogy of what I'm saying. Thank you for that. And I really do appreciate you. And I'm glad I met you. Seriously. Because we both get it. We present it in different ways, but we both get it. You know? We present it in different ways, but we both get it. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm glad I met
So
you.
like, share, subscribe. But you know what? It's a shame that when I do missing and exploited children, it don't get that many views. But if I do some bullshit, it gets a lot of views.
Hey, but I'm doing the show on it, and I want you to sit up and read it with me. I'm gonna do it. I already titled the show. If you look on my channel while we were sitting up here, I titled it because other people been telling me about this shit, and then they said, my homegirl said 100 black kids or whatever, and then nobody's talking about it. So if I do a show, let me know when you're ready to do it.
It's
Because
not enough.
I really want to talk about that. Because when she talked to me about it, and then when I looked it up on YouTube, it was people calling it a hoax because it was black kids. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, you just let me know when you ready to do it, and I'll let you.
Hey, I'm ready. I'm ready when you're ready. The show already titled. I'm ready when you're ready. You know, just let me know.
All right. Well, like, share, subscribe, y'all. Hit that like button.
Thank you for having me on your show.
I'll be right back. I'm about to do Too Grizzly. All right.
Hey, look, thank for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. All right. Have a good one.